Welcome to my channel. One courtroom interruption changed the entire tone of the hearing, and Judge Simpson wasted no time making it clear that disorder would not be tolerated.
Portia Feaster, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Mr. Corey Tucker, stand to my right.
Yelling out in my courtroom. She better take herself out. That is not permitted here. Thank you. Otherwise, you'll be escorted out.
Sir. Please state your name for the record.
Corey Tucker. One moment. Yes, you may.
If you call the family, ask her to put her in your apartment. We should get to.
And do that.
But that's what's going to happen today. And then we'll have to fight by the way. Okay?
All right. Record should reflect we've had a bench conference in this case, and this gets kind of murky. The young woman that was kicked out of my court just now, my understanding that's a family member of the defendant.
That's my understanding, Judge. Yes, Judge.
She is no longer welcome in the courthouse. So she doesn't come down here, and let her know that if she does come down here, she'll be subject to arrest. After I have concluded the case, my understanding is that the alleged victim is present in the courtroom as well as family members of the defendant. Family members of the defendant will remain in the courtroom until such time as the victim has left and she has properly left the building and is secured and or left the building. And then you are not to leave this courtroom except with my express permission. If you don't follow that order, then I'll have you taken into custody. Am I clear? Because I'm not having it today. Am I clear?
Yes.
What are we doing in this case? First thing is there are two additional counts 4 and 5. As to the arraignment on those,
Judge, he's stand mute, wavering.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute, the court will enter a not guilty plea. And he wishes to set for preliminary examination.
Still, so you're not waiving your second. You're having that. Sorry, Judge.
He wishes to set for preliminary examination.
Yes, please, Judge.
So the people who have their witnesses available to 4.
Yes.
All right. The preliminary examination in this matter in person, November 4th, 2025. That will be at 9 a.m. before
Judge Perry.
Judge Perry. Esteban.
Your Honor, at this time, I would be asking that the defendant's phone privileges be revoked. It came to my understanding that he has been calling the apartment complex where the victim is residing, telling them he wants her evicted. So at this time, I'd be asking that they be revoked, given that he's using his phone privileges to harass the victim in this case. I don't think it's appropriate that he still has those privileges.
Okay. Sorry, Judge. Obviously, we do not have those calls yet. I think my client would like me to object, but he understands that the court is likely to suspend his privileges pending a hearing.
Right, but my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, but is that based upon his phone call, in part, an incident happened at the apartment because his family went over there.
Correct, Your Honor.
That's what Ms. Zenda has notified us. We haven't heard that call, and my client says that's not the case. So I don't know for fact, Your Honor. We have not.
Well, how does his family end up over there?
Well, his mother normally does his Section 8 inspections.
Okay, but it was more than just his mother there.
Yes, his mother and his sister were there, I believe, Your Honor. And so they went to do the inspection per normal. They've been doing it for several years for him.
I've been there for 7, 8 years.
And so they.
Okay, well, here's part of the problem. If she's been I'm just going to say it out, but if she's been residing there but hasn't been on it, and you're the listed resident, then there could be the potential of fraud, which means everybody's out.
I'm getting the bill right now. And we're putting on the door and all that. But she won't leave.
Because she won't leave.
She cussed the landlord out yesterday.
Hold on, sir. She didn't just bust into that apartment. So I'm not getting, look, I am not getting into that. I'm just indicating that these phone calls, these interactions can't occur.
I understand.
And if there's been some fraud committed, then everybody's going to be out. That would not be my purview.
I told the landlord she can evict me.
Okay, if he keeps up. Well, never mind. I made my decision. Phone privilege are hereby ordered revoked. Anything further?
No, Judge. Thank you very much. You can still call me.
All right. She needs to leave first and get out, and then folks, once she's out, you need to let me know somehow, Miss Enda, that she is out and secured, and then I will release that.
Thank you. In regards to the PCC, Your Honor, we are requesting an adjournment just for some continued negotiations.
All right. With reference to the violation.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Haynes is prepared to admit to the bond violation today and provide an explanation.
All right. I'll accept the admission, but what's the explanation?
Your Honor, it does state in the bond violation report that on the 22nd, when she reported she was visibly ill at the time, she explained to me that she has diabetes, and shortly after that went into DKA and did have to be hospitalized for a few days. So unfortunately, she ended up missing that new scheduled appointment as well as her first PCC. After missing the PCC, she did contact me, and we worked to get this case set to do a bench warrant recall. So she is willing to test. She is willing to comply on bond. She is sorry that she missed that appointment, and she's hoping to have an opportunity to go touch base with community corrections today and reschedule.
But okay, I hear what you're saying, but when I look at this, all of the events that I have in this occurred at basically toward the end of September.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm now almost 30 days out and nothing's been corrected.
And Ms. Haynes indicated to me that she wasn't aware that she needed to make contact with community corrections because she had the bench warrant.
I didn't know that I can just go back there and...
Yeah, but once the bench warrant was cleared, she still... That doesn't even make any sense to me.
They told me that I had to wait when first they told me I had to do it online.
Do what online?
For the bench warrant.
That's fine.
Yeah, and I didn't know that the warrant was cleared until I come to court today. And I thought I needed another referral to go back to community corrections. I didn't know I could just walk back in there and do it all over again with a warrant. I tried to come up here and walk in on a warrant, but they told me that they only do it once a month, at the end of the month on Wednesdays. And that would have been yesterday, but I had received a...
Yeah, but where were you between that? All of this occurred September 2nd. I get what counsel's telling me, that at some point you're in the hospital for a few days. So even if that takes me to the end of September, which is giving a lot of grace just in terms of time, I'm now here on the 23rd and nothing.
Because they told me that I could not walk in on the warrant. And I didn't know that I could just go back to community correction.
You have an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
And Your Honor,
I was contacting the attorney, and when I was contacting the attorney, she was telling me that she didn't even, well, it was a he. It wasn't even her. It was a whole different attorney I had. We were texting back and forth, and I was asking him questions, and he was saying he was in court. He don't know. He'll find out. And then he told me I could do it online, so I just did it online.
And Your Honor, I will say Ms. Haynes does want to resolve this case. She did make steps to take care of the bench warrant and to get the case back on track. So she's just hoping for another opportunity.
She's here on a drug case. Since the beginning of the case, she hasn't tested.
Understood, Your Honor.
I hadn't tested, Your Honor, because I didn't know that I could just find me missing mine. I didn't know that I could just go walk back in. I thought I needed another referral. Or I would have went over there and walked in and
It's
said,
not as though you didn't have an attorney, whether it be the previous attorney, whether it be Ms. Foster Tucker, to tell you what you could do regarding community corrections, if anything. But, you didn't abide by community corrections. You didn't appear in court. You get the court thing cleared up. But then you had the other thing. And I still, from the time of year, I don't have a test on you.
I can go take one today. I can go over there right now when I leave here. But I just need to know, am I assigned?
I will adjourn her probable cause conference to October 30th, 2025, 9 a.m. Anything you want to say before I send you on the violation?
No, sir.
Well, at this point, she's not complied with everything. I'm going to revoke her bond, sentence her 7 days, Washington County Jail. Defendant's remanded.
Is there a way that I can get somebody? I have my daughter here with me,
Ma'am, you probably shouldn't have done that.
but she only had a half a day of school.
Here, ma'am,
Well, this way.
they'll figure it out. Ma'am, go with my bailiff now. Now.
Judge Simpson takes firm control of a tense courtroom after a disruptive outburst from a defendant's family member, issuing strict warnings to protect everyone involved. The hearing continues with new charges against Corey Tucker, a preliminary examination date, and the suspension of the defendant's phone privileges over allegations of unwanted contact with the alleged victim. In a separate bond violation case, despite hearing an explanation for missed appointments, Judge Simpson rules that the defendant failed to comply with court-ordered conditions and revokes the bond, emphasizing that accountability and compliance are essential. Thanks.